Hey yo, what's up my homies? I hope you guys all doing well. Appreciate everyone coming back to the channel. Today, because it's going to be rep weekend, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go run through all the sort of games on the weekend. A couple of players to watch in most games, not every game. I don't really know too many of the under-19s women's and all that sort of stuff, but still going to be watching nearly every game of the weekend because I'm excited for this round. This is where all the young kids and all that come out to shine, and all the old, veterans or whatever try to stake their claim into experienced camps. So yeah, and then we'll end the video basically running through my my NRL fantasy squad and the changes I did make this week going into next week, where I'll probably be looking around at this weekend and see who's really shining and who might get a shot towards the end of the year for respective clubs. So anyway, let's get straight into this video, all right? So first of all, I just want to shout out the women's game. Guys, really show support to this because it's really growing at the moment. I feel like it's going to be really important to even just under-19s or even the women's state of origin. Go support those girls. Like, they kill it. I know one personally, part of my family. So, it'd be amazing for them to do that as like a full-time gig, get some good money doing it and get paid just as much as the guys. Really, it all comes down to how many viewers they get and how they can build the game from that. That's how they make money, is how many views it gets. And I think it's a pretty decent game at the moment, honestly. So first of all, we got the New South Wales under-19s versus the Queensland under-19s teams. As I said before, I don't know too many of these girls. I haven't watched too much of the under-19s girls. I don't know too many people that would say otherwise. But if you do know, shout out in the comments section down below who you like in this game. Obviously it all comes down to those big players there. I think is Ruben Charrington, I think she played this year in the women's, and Jasmine Peters, if I'm not mistaken. But do watch this game. I'm sure these girls will kill it. So this is where I can start putting in some names for you guys. So in this game, I'm going to put in players to watch basically through all this weekend. It's not really going to be key matchups, it's just more so players to watch for fantasy and or for future. So in the under-19s New South Wales squad, my players to watch are Carlo, the fullback. He's got a lot of praise going with him. I think he's a Rabbits junior. Definitely watch him play. He's going to be fucking amazing in the future apparently. And the other one is Trey Mooney, who has been killing it in New South Wales Cup. Definitely watch him for the New South Wales under-19. For the Queensland under-19s, we got obviously Jack Howarth is the big name that stands out to me. Obviously the boy they got signed Melbourne Storm for 5 years. It's a crazy big jump for the Storm to do that. They don't usually do that unless they pick someone that's really worth it, honestly. So it's going to be him and Xavier Vata. I haven't seen too much of Xavier Vata, but there's big raps around him, so definitely keep an eye out. Other than that, there's so many other players here that, I think it's Fafita, a couple other boys, they're all really, really good players. So definitely watch this game, show support to the younger game. And yeah, these are going to be all our juniors that are going to come through. So show support. So as I said to start this video, we got the women's game, State of Origin. Definitely tune in for this one. There's a lot of class over the park. First of all, I'm going to go with the Queensland Maroons because my missus' cousin, Avani Epalita, she's going to be a player to watch. 1 gold in rugby sevens for the women's for Australia. She's a killer. She's playing in her preferred position, so definitely watch out. She's going to kill it against 2 veterans with Jessica Surgis and Isabel Kelly, who are both killers for New South Wales women's. Get excited for that matchup. That's going to be crazy. The other 2 girls I want to shout out to are Emma Tonagato for the New South Wales. She's also a rugby sevens gold medalist, killer. She's up against Tamika Upton, who, with Ali Bringenshaw, they're 2 of the best girls in the game, sort of thing. So definitely watch out for those matchups. You got other ones like Tasman Gray. She's a killer as well. There's a whole lot of other girls here. Definitely tune in for this game. I got the Queensland Maroons. Shout out to Vani. You're going to kill it. So I don't know too many of the, obviously the Kiwi Ferns versus the Tongan women. I know Paige McGregor, sorry. She's a pretty good player. Other than that, I got not much else to say in this one. But definitely check them out. As I said before, show all your support that you can. I want to, we want to build this game so we can get so many viewers in there, and these girls can do this for a living. So on to New Zealand versus Tonga. They don't have their team list up and down, but the players to watch for me in this one is going to be Jerome Hughes and Joey Manu. Jerome Hughes mainly because he's coming out of a Storm system that, he's like the best player, one of the best players in the world in that Storm system. But now he's not under that Storm system, so he's got a whole lot of boys around him. If he can perform pretty similar on the world stage like this, there's like, you know, he's a killer player. So definitely watching out for him, and maybe this will shoot him into a bit bigger of a fantasy form coming to the end of the year. Started the year so well, then had that mid part and got injuries and stuff, and now he's starting to get back into it. So the other one is Joey Manu of playing fullback. So I'm definitely excited to see him play that. For Tonga, it's the big boy Cooler, so he's playing fullback. Big boy, I don't know what I call big boy anyway, but he I'm excited to watch him play fullback. He's been playing a lot of centre for the Seagulls, but his preferred position apparently is fullback, so get excited to watch him play. The other player, obviously, is Hamole Alakawatu. The way his form is going right now and going into this game, I'm really excited to see how he goes in the world stage. You know, just coming before the World Cup coming towards the end of the year, which I'm really excited for. Get to see all these boys early on. I think the Kiwis might be able to do it in this one, but that Tongan squad is looking really strong. I know a couple of outs, like I think Talakai's out because of Origin, but you got Tony Staggs in, definitely. You know, I'm excited to see Armone play half. You know, there's so many players. Adam Fanor, Blake, hopefully don't get injured. Takiyaho, like all these big boys, Jason Tamalolo, of course. So this is a game I'm mostly excited for, mainly because there's a couple of players I really like watching in the Q Cup and stuff that are playing in this one, and also Samoa. You know, I'm excited to see how Samoa's team runs out. I just wish they could get to a point where Tonga is at the moment. I think that all comes down to the coach and stuff, but you know, it is what it is. Some of my players to watch in the Samoa squad is definitely that Panthers left side, so Taylor May and Isaac Tunga. I reckon they're going to play really awesome. They're a great couple of players, so I'm really excited. Hopefully the halves get him some good ball. The other one is Joshy Schuster, and I hope he plays some big minutes there and really proves himself and gets himself some more minutes for the Seagulls, because I got him in fantasy this year. But for that Samoa squad, I reckon he's really deadly. He's such a deadly player that can play half, or he could play on that edge and really play a tip-ons. You know, a player like him is going to be a dangerous player for years to come, so I'm excited to watch him play. For the Cook Islands, first of all, I got massive raps over this guy, Brendan Pacora. He plays for Norths, amazing player. He reminds me a lot of like a mix of, he's got some really silky hands, so like a Joshy Schuster or something like that, but he also runs really hard, so Isaiah Papali'i type. Definitely watch him if you watch him in Norths and stuff, but watch him in this game. I got massive raps over him. He's a Broncos junior, so you know, hopefully the Broncos will give him more minutes at the end of the year. I think he's about 220k on fantasy. If he goes really well in this, maybe he snags like a bench spot towards the end of the year, and it could be a player there. But the other player is Pride Peterson Rabadi. He's getting a decent shot here as well, so I'm excited to see those two boys come up against him. You got Xavier Williamson too, so a lot of like Broncos boys coming in here, so I'm excited for this game. Hopefully Samoa get it up, but I'll be happy to see both squads just really kill it in this game. Last of all too, I hope Ronald Volkman gets in the squad too. I really want to see him play a little bit more footy. I would definitely have him in that half spot, so I'm hoping to see him play, but it looks like he's sitting in reserves. So next game, we got the Fiji versus Papua New Guinea, and my players to watch are mainly Mike Sivo and Ravalawa for Fiji. I'm excited to see how they go. I think Churava is that kid that's from Penrith as well. I'm excited to see him play. You know, got Viliami Kikau as well. Tane Milne playing 13 is a bit of a different one, but we'll have to see how he goes. Papua New Guinea, there's not really too much to look at here. Like Cole Labert's a pretty decent player. Lockie Lamb playing number 7. But obviously for me, it's like Justin Olam and Alex Johnson. I'm excited to see them play. And to finish off, we'll go through the team list, so the Origin team list. So, you know, New South Wales versus Maroons at Perth. It's going to be an exciting game. We'll go through New South Wales first. So we got James Tedesco, To'o, Burton, Crichton, Tupou, Luai, Cleary, Haas, Coruscant, Trebojevic, Murray, Martin, Yo. And then on the bench, we got Cookie playing starting 14, Angus Crichton, Junior Bolo, and Talakai. That's going to be a really, really crazy bench there. A lot of mobile forwards there, and a Damien Cook, who could be very dangerous in this game. For the Maroons, we got Ponga, Cobbo, Valentine Holmes, Gagai, Talangi, Munster, Cherry Evans, Lindsay Collins, Ben Hunt, Papali'i, Catewell, Kafusi, and Fa'asu Malaawi. Harry Grant, Arrow, Carrigan, and Nanai is our bench players. And I'm really excited to see Carrigan go around again. You know, I think he's been amazing. I think Nanai's hit a whole new form now because of that Origin camp. I'm excited to see him play. Jai Arrow back in Queensland. I'm excited to see him play. He's got that grubbiness, and I love it. And Harry Grant at 14, he's going to be real damaging. For reserves, Nico Hines, Suwali, McLean, Guffo, and Radley for New South Wales. And for Queensland, Tommy Dearden, Flegler, Fermor, Oates, and Reece Walsh at number 22. So I'm hoping that Billy gets a little bit of time for Reece, and Reece can come back to New Zealand with some more tips and that with fullback. He's killing it already, so I'm excited for Billy to get his hands on him. I'm just keen for his development. Being a Queenslander, I'm going to be biased as fuck, but I got Queensland. I'm going to say probably about 16-14. I'm going to say Queensland. It's going to be a close as hell game. I think it's going to be really, really close in this one. Only the couple points of the difference. And I think it's going to really come down to the end like it did last time. I'm excited to see how all the boys tune up. Murray Talangi, I've got massive raps on. I like him a lot. I think he's one of the best defensive wingers in the comp. If you haven't watched him already, he's awesome. And I'm excited to see him go up against either Brian or Daniel Tupou, whoever goes with him. All right, so and with that, the only big change that we have made already is I brought in Cam McGuinness this week. Probably maybe a little bit too late on Cam, but I feel like, either way, he's going to be my cover for round 17. I've been slowly just drip feeding these guys in. So at the moment, the players that will be playing round 17 at the moment is Reed Marnie, Papali'i, McGuinness, Benassini, Nico Hines, depending if he gets the 18th man role. Oh no, they'll be in camp, so maybe not. And Brendan Smith at the moment, and maybe Tyron Wishart. So I've got a couple players to fill in here. Obviously with rep round, I've got a lot of players to watch. We'll see how we go this weekend, but this is pretty much how my team looks anyway. So, we'll go through a full team list next weekend. Mainly, I wanted to give you a video of who to watch this week coming into the rep round. A lot of exciting players out there. I didn't even name half of them. So definitely watch every game that you can. Get excited for the women's game too. It's going to be a cracker. And I appreciate you guys. Up Queensland. Let's go.